Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mod and Indie News. I'm Captain Shaq, and in this episode we'll be taking a look at the 1.0 release of Wooden Floor, Dragonball Realm of Chaos gets revitalized, Absolute Drift gets a playable demo, Vendayn gets released, Isomer gets an update, and we'll be going over some of the new solutions that you can use for multiplayer games that used to use Gamespy. Wooden Floor is a horror game that takes place inside an old house. Everything about the house seems normal until you start to progress further into the game. Rooms change when you close the door, and entire corridors will appear out of thin air. The house becomes a maze, and it's your goal to make it out in one piece. Version 1.0 of Wooden Floor is now available, and the team has done a lot of work on their title. Some new features in their release include new rooms, new models, and reworked lighting system, just to name a few. You can buy the game on Desura now, or check out the demo over on IndieDB. Dragonball Realm of Chaos is a mod for Dragon Ball Z, Budokai 3, Greatest Hits Edition. This is a PS2 game mod. You heard me right. This mod is used with a PlayStation 2 emulator on your PC. The mod features characters from famous Dragon Ball series such as Dragon Ball AF and DB Afterlife. Some of the characters being introduced in this mod are fan-made. The mod author has been taking requests from the community, and it's really awesome to see that level of communication between the creator and the community, especially when it comes to a franchise like Dragon Ball. This mod started development last year, and shortly after went on hiatus. Now the mod's back in full development and showing off some new characters. Head on over to ModDB to keep up with further developments. Absolute Drift is a car game where your goal is to remain in a state of drift for as long as possible. The team recently released a demo of their game, and in it they've included a tutorial level to help get a grip on the controls, 3 freestyle levels, and 2 track levels. There's a replay system so you can watch your performance at the end of each level. The game can be played with a keyboard and mouse or an Xbox controller. Head on over to IndieDB for a download. Vendayn is a mod for Skyrim that alters the terrain to make it feel more like a wasteland setting. It alters textures and changes some of the particle effects to give that feeling of a post-apocalyptic world, with some coastal areas being replaced with obsidian, trees being replaced with mushrooms, and other trees being mutated with fungus growing on them. This is a heavily aesthetic mod, and the author has said that more work will be done. If you've been craving a new feel to Skyrim, then head on over to ModDB and get this one today. Isomer is an isometric real-time strategy game inspired by classic XCOM and other more recent sandbox strategy games. It's open-ended, designed to be played in a variety of ways, with world exploration, survival, crafting, and strategy all blended together. Build up your forces by trading resources for reinforcements, with passing resupply ships, and mutate your troops into specialist units from scouts to warriors. Enemy forces attack periodically in an attempt to destroy your base and facilities. How long can you survive? The worlds are procedurally generated, large and teeming with hostile forces, enemy bases, deep catacombs, and life. On some worlds, extensive enemy facilities have sprung up, and the inhabitants don't take too kindly to your new arrival, attempting to poach resources from their backyard. Mined resources can be used to build structures, traps, or fortifications, as well as traded periodically. The game has recently received an update, and with it has come a number of new changes. The biggest addition to the game is the particle engine, which allowed the team to add explosion effects, enemy corpse looting effects, particle effects when looting crates, just to name a few. Head on over to IndieDB for a full list of the changes and bug fixes. In this last bit of news, I'm sure most gamers know by now that Gamespy is being shut down, and a lot of games are losing their ability to be played multiplayer. Games like Crysis, Star Wars Battlefront, even Halo games lost their ability to host multiplayer matches. That being said, the gaming community is one that doesn't just sit back and let their favorite games die. Many of the games affected by the shutdown have had their communities create programs that fix the lack of Gamespy support. You can head on over to ModDB for a list of games and links to programs that allow you to play some of your favorite games multiplayer again. There are fixes for Crysis, Battlefield 2, Battlefront, Halo, and Dawn of War, just to name a few. Now, some of these games have fixes that are en route if they are on Steam, so I recommend checking the individual games on Steam to find out if they've already got fixes in the pipe. If you want some multiplayer back in your life, be sure to check out the list and download the programs you need. And that's it for this episode of Mod and Indie News. One quick thing, I grew up using Gamespy, and I'm really sad to see it go. It's kind of like a bit of gaming history is being lost. If you feel the same way, let me know in the comments below. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for mod and indie goodness, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.